Well, hey, welcome everybody. Real excited to be here with Brad Sugars, and we're going to talk a little bit. Brad, Wilmington is really excited. The people that I have let know that you're coming to town.
Well, I'm excited to come and eat in Wilmington. Actually, the teaching part is going to be fun, but I'm excited to come and sit by the water and have some food. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, it was really neat. You came 7 years ago, and nobody really knew, there just weren't very many people that knew who Brad Sugars was, and it was amazing. They
I
only
thought
knew
I was more famous than that. Come on.
they just didn't had an experience. They had read the books, and when you get a feel for the books, it just doesn't capture who you are from stage. So
Yeah.
there were even people that were like, "Yeah, read the books." Yeah,
Books. It's hard for a book to be as fun as a seminar or an event,
Right.
that sort of thing. And although we tried to make this new one fun, and that's what you got me teaching this time around, I believe.
That's
So.
right. So, but anyway, but people. So the people that saw you before are excited, and the community's excited. So, but to have you there, because I tell people, and one of the kind of my pitches for people coming to see you is there's only a hand. You're one of the top in the world at teaching small business owners how to grow from stage, and just getting a world-class trainer to a business owner and getting that training and development. It just doesn't come around to towns like ours very often.
Well, it should. Wilmington's a dang fun place.
That's right.
Look, I think that ultimately, if you're in business, whether you're an executive or an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. You've got to keep honing your skills. You've got to keep getting better. People often say to me, why do you keep writing more books? Because, this is number 17. It's, well, because I keep learning new stuff. Business changes. The world changes. Having built now 50, 60 companies around the world, and currently we own 9 different companies, or major shareholders of 9 different companies. And, when you're building those, and Action Coach, which you're a part of, obviously, Reggie, is now in 80-something countries, hundreds of millions a year. You learn a lot, and so I keep writing because there's more and more stuff. And I had a great privilege today of one of my top coaches also said to me, this is in his top 5 business books ever, which that's kind of cool to know for a guy that's read literally thousands of books to say that. And I would love to say it's in my top 5 too, but I wrote it, so I can't really claim that status. But what we go into in this book is such a different level of thinking about business, because my levels of thinking have changed. And if you're a startup, you can learn from this. If you're an executive of a Fortune 500 company, you should give this to every executive in your company, because it teaches you how to grow exponentially in business. And that's not something I've ever really taught in a book before.
Right. So tell the audience, so you're coming to town. They can read the book. But why should they see the live version of this? Because really the content, what I'm hoping for...
That's like saying, I can buy the music or I can go to the concert. It's an entirely different experience. A concert changes you as a person because it's an event. A seminar helps you become the type of person that can use the material. Learning the material in a book is fantastic because you get it. But what happens, and there's something about being at a live event that shifts you as a person. See, I mean, if we just go into learning, all right, the human brain, and I'll speak to you guys direct for a second. Your brain fights change. It just does, because your brain has 2 basic functions. One is keep you alive, okay, and to keep you alive, if it has a system of keeping you alive, it says, okay, let's just keep doing it that way. And the second is to put things in order, because when you add something new into someone's world, they don't move as fast in doing that. And so by coming to a live event, what happens is you change, you shift. Plus also, I think the questioning part of it, when people have questions and stuff, and to get an intonation or an inflection in the learning, I think that's important. But also you get to hang out with other people who are learning. And just that, and the conversations you have about what's in there is a part of it. Because, learning is firstly about the major concepts, but what really makes a difference is those distinctions, the fine distinctions that come with it. And so, I think the other thing is I tell a lot of stories when I'm teaching. And I think through stories, people get the lesson a lot better.
That's
It's
right.
the stories about how did this be applied in a business. How did I learn this too? Because a lot of the times it's hard to explain the concept, and I said, well, okay, this is the business that I was running, and this is the business I bought, and here's how I learned that by changing it in this business.
Right.
The stories bring the lesson to life.
So if I'm an experienced business owner, you know, if I put my time in, I've got 5, 10, 20 years in building a business.
If you're an experienced business owner, you wouldn't even ask the question, why should I come? I mean, if you're an experienced business owner, you just go to these things.
Right.
You know, people that don't go to these things are the ones that need to go to these things.
That's
and
right.
It's like, it's crazy for me that anyone even asks, why should I go to a
Yeah.
seminar?
But a lot of times the experienced business owners are a little jaded. They like they're not sure it's going to be worth my time. I've seen this guy swoop in from out of town before, and you know what are they? Where's the gotcha? So let's take that. Let's put that aside and go.
I don't think people in Wilmington are like that, are they, Reggie? Come on, you know, people in Wilmington are much nicer than that. Look, you know, the reality of it is, I don't try and convince people that they need to go to these things. People know they need to go and upskill themselves. If you're a business person, you know that upskilling is part of what you require of your people, then yeah, you better do it yourself. You know, if I can be really blunt about that, you know, your business grows to your level of incompetence. The moment you run out of ideas, it stops growing. So, you know, if you want to grow your business, you want to be a better executive. You know, it's not just for business owners, though. It's also for the career exec who wants to grow their career, because if you grow the business, you grow the career. I mean, that's the simple part of it. So executives, entrepreneurs, all got to come.
I'll tell you a funny story real quick. The last one, when you came to town and did business is booming, you know, kind of, you know, I think last time around, I had a BNI member come with me. He had been with the same company for 25 years. He was a sales executive, selling IT parts and those kind of things. And he said, "Wow." He said, I want to go. I'm so fired up right now. I want to start a business. I want to quit my job at 25 years and I want to start a business. All right, so fast forward a few years later, like you came 7 years ago. So 4 years ago, me and him are having a chat. And he's like, you know, I think I'm going to quit my job. It's, you know, they're really outsizing me a little bit and it's not a good fit. I'm really wanting to do something different.
He needs to read that book, Billionaire in Training.
Well, and then one thing led to another. And guess who that guy is? That guy's Bill.
Who's now working with you?
He works with me. He and he's my business development person. Many of you guys know Bill in the community, and so that really came from that positive experience he has. And he was like, and we started talking. He's like, well, I really wasn't coming looking for a job from you, but one thing led to another. But he said, you know, one of the things that I'm sitting here is I'm really just blown away by the quality of your organization and not only the work that you've done, but the horsepower behind you. So I thought that was a great kind of twist of fate. It just kind of hit me the other day. I was like, wait a second, Bill works for me now.
Yeah.
And
you
so
know, it's interesting. I always go to a very simple place when it comes to understanding growth of a business, and that is the learning you do, the learning your people do, because I want to talk to you guys about this. Do not come by yourself, okay? Bring your team. Bring your executives. Bring the senior people in your company. If you're wanting someone to grow and help you build your business, you need to bring them to these things. So I feel sorry for business people that come by themselves and don't bring others, because then they go back. They're the only one that can tell. Like, you got to now go back and convince everyone in your business to do the stuff that I just taught you. It's like, yes, you'll have to buy the books for all of them, I guess. That's the thing.
That's right. So bring them along. Hope you'll come join us. It really is a rare opportunity to learn from one of the world's top business trainers and speakers. You'll just rarely find an opportunity, and you're not going to find somebody. It's hard to find people as good and as powerful as Brad is from stage, teaching business owners how to grow. So he'll be in Wilmington, July 20th. Wherever you're seeing this, find the link attached to it. Buy a ticket. We'll love to see you there.